built the brokerage that's doing like over 125 million in annual sales volume, and you're actively growing a multi-family portfolio. So, I want to sort of step into some of the strategy bits. You've mentioned it's harder to find deals that make sense in South Florida right now. Like, how are you navigating that sort of transition or the current market dynamics?
Yeah, I think the benefit for me is I don't have pressure to buy real estate if it doesn't make sense. And I think that's a very important factor when thinking about investing, right? So these other private equity firms, they've raised capital. They have some pressure to deploy that capital and start getting returns, and smaller firms like that. So for me, fortunately, I get to go out and look for stuff. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, we don't do it, right? And so unfortunately, over the past couple of years in South Florida, which is where most of our portfolio is, a lot of this stuff really hasn't worked super well. And so we've been patient. Now, as things are changing, the market, is cycled a little bit. Rates went up, prices kind of stayed, They've kind of come down now a little bit. And so now we're starting to see more opportunity. And I expect as, time goes on, we will see more opportunity. So it wasn't in 2020, we were in a buying frenzy. We were like doing deals left and right. It was great. And then as you crossed over into 2021 or later in 21 and then into 22, the fundamentals got shifted completely. And so we invest based on fundamentals. The math needs to work. I don't understand buying property just to buy. Like, I'm not trying to buy more work for myself, right? And so we've aggregated about 100 doors in the area, and we're ready to do more. In fact, we're looking at deals that are 100 doors. Like, we'll likely double or get close to doubling the portfolio on some of our next transactions. And so we've grown from doing like these duplexes to 4 units and 5 units and 8 units to recently like 18 units. And then now looking at 30s, 50s, 100 door assets. And we've expanded our footprint too. We're shopping all over Florida. And that's been a symptom of, hey, it's hard to find stuff, right? That works. So we continue to search. We're actively underwriting deals. I had an underwriting call this morning, so I'm splitting my time a little bit, but most of my time is brokerage based, and like 5 to 10% of my time, probably 5% of my time is investment based. Yep. But that swings when we find the right opportunity. So the opportunities come in, we're kind of like evaluating them, which might take 5% of my time to like kind of quickly understand what's happening, talking to the brokers that are offering these opportunities. And then as soon as something hits or makes sense, now all of a sudden I might be 50-50 of my time doing this to get that deal across the finish line. Then I go back into let's see what else shows up mode and go from there. So that's kind of how I'm juggling this now. It's not perfect. I initially got into this business to be a commercial agent and buy primarily for my investment portfolio, possibly raise funds. We haven't raised any funds. We've done it all, from mine and my business partners' pocket, and debt, and so that changed though. Like we thought we were going to do this. I thought I was going to spend my full time doing this, but the residential brokerage business just started to work, and so I started spending more time there. And now I'm like there, splitting my time, trying to aggregate more in the portfolio while building this business, this residential brokerage business.